For today's cup of coffee with Scream.
Boogity boogity.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of a sort of a yelp.
Oh!
Whimper at this point. I don't know that I have enough energy to scream.
I did that the other day.
Uh-huh. Screaming or yelping?
The whimpering.
It's been rough.
One of the managers that I get along with was leaving us, and so there was only two of us out on the floor. She left me in charge. Basically, she's like, "Don't set anything on fire. Don't do anything.
Does she realize how much Aries that you have in your chart?
Don't let the store burn down while I'm in the office."
God.
And I'm like, "No, please, don't leave me." And then I went.
He's found himself basically a theater. You, and there's nothing wrong with that, because when you can be the fun coworker, that makes the day better. That's so much better than people going, "Oh God, here comes the asshole."
Yeah.
You don't want to be that worker.
Yeah. Nah.
Hey. Everybody's had to deal with those kind of workers before. A lot of us have, and it's just like, no. But I had wonderful comments, because as far as trying to record anything or do anything, I mean, honestly, other than not filing down, that has been my primary objective lately. Because I have had I did take meclizine. I ain't telling no, it's like this. I was having some vertigo today.
Yeah, you've been having issues.
Mm-hmm.
You've been having issues. I don't know why. It's like today, the vertigo, you're just being dizzy and nauseous.
Well, it was just, you'd be sitting here and all of a sudden it's like you're on this ride that you can't get off.
It's like when you're going up a hill really fast and then you drop down. It's like,
it's that, I don't know what it is.
It's that weird queasiness in the bottom of your stomach that's like,
it wasn't really that. It was just that head spinny type. Ew. Just ew.
That ain't good.
No. And so I wish that Rumble and BitChute would get community notes so that I can communicate with people over there.
Yes.
And those of you who are on Rumble and BitChute, come and read the community notes over on YouTube, because we have some fabulous comments. You can learn a lot. Mm-hmm. Because it's always good to say, is it just me?
Yeah.
And
you
so,
will learn other people's perspectives, what they're experiencing, stuff like that.
It sort of helps you gauge what's going on. Mm-hmm. And so yesterday I'm like, is anyone else feeling totally drained? I don't mean just tired, but almost falling down weakness. I thought Aries was going to help. And God love her, Amy Gill, she's like, yeah, she's been doing it. And her kids, 22 and 16, and her friends and family and people that she goes, they're all talking about it, she said. And Esperanza Vince, she had said she's doing the same thing with it.
What the hell is going on?
Scrimshaw Rose, she's been doing it. She was doing Reiki on herself, which is great.
Okay.
Because it's one of those, that Chiron, the wounded healer, but if you're so wounded that you can't go forth, then yes, she has the ability to do that for herself, that energy healing. If you're not familiar with Reiki, look it up.
Yeah.
And she has helped us out over the years and stuff, that she would do Reiki on us, which was great. It doesn't have to do, I'm trying to think how I'm going to say this. When you're doing energy healing, it doesn't matter how far apart you are physically, because energy, quantum physics is sort of how it is.
Yeah.
One particle can move, and another the same particle or the partner to it can be trillions of light years away and move identically. That's part of the quantum entanglement. So,
wow.
And Crone Ranger, God love her, and I knew that she was feeling it too, because she and I both are usually fairly active on X, and lately, X has been the normal activity has been
Slow.
real slow. And she said she was blaming the coronal hole wind stream. And that's probably so. There was this ginormous coronal hole. I mean, it was just huge. And
I haven't seen anything about it, but I assume that it is.
well, Stephon Burns is the one that keeps up with some of the astrological stuff, and he was pretty spot on about potential for earthquake. And I know that Japan, we're recording this on, God, what month is this? It's April. God, it's already April.
Yeah.
April 20th, 2026. And that Japan had a 7 something earthquake.
Yeah, that's a massive earthquake.
Yeah.
Luckily, they designed their buildings and
They do.
such. They've had to.
They're smart people.
Unless it's the rural areas, you know?
Yeah.
Like the countrysides of Japan. Now, those people still have issues.
Right.
Which is, I feel bad for them.
Well, it's just
sad for
true
'em.
of any place that's rural.
Yeah.
They don't get all the bells and the whistles, but it's sort of a trade-off. You don't have to deal with some of the other stuff.
Yeah, you get the peace and the quiet versus all the other stuff.
Yeah. And then Lisa Ann White, she's feeling drained. So it's not just me.
No. Well, I had to take a nap earlier.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, I don't usually nap.
No. And even the animals have been sleeping lots lately.
Yeah, the dog has not been as energetic either today.
No. But when I was trying to nap, he tortured me. The toenails.
He tortured his mom.
If you've ever tried to clip a dog's toenails, that is just drama.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He is a drama queen.
He
totally.
is. He is. And it's like, he's not a lab or a husky or anything like that, but he is definitely very dramatic.
Yeah. But he's always looking guilty or pitiful. He always looks like he's in some sort of distress.
It's because he's usually done something and he's waiting for us to find out what he's done.
Yeah. That's what it is. Where are you going, bud? We're talking about you. And
He's embarrassed. He's not really. He doesn't care. But it has just been a wild ride. I was thinking that when everything got into Aries, I mean, I knew it was going to be rough. We had some kind of stellium or something. And some of my information I've not been able to vet as thoroughly as I normally do. I don't know if it was 5 planets, 7 planets, something like that, all in Aries at the same time.
what the
That's a
fuck?
whole lot of fire.
Yeah.
And Mars, that was one of the things, which is the planet of war. It had the solar flares, that there was 2 of them that energized Mars there the other day.
Oh, great. So what's that going to do?
I don't know. And some of the science on this, as we know it in this moment, is they haven't kept up with it because that they have, they've relegated it to the realm of woo-woo.
Not the woo-woo.
Yeah, that's what they blacklisted so many things that we're behind on actual true knowledge, like vibration and frequency.
Yes, which Japan has been studying for a very long time.
And I am so much loving the fact that the Japanese people, that I can get some of the posts that they're automatically translated. Mm-hmm. It's wondrous.
But they keep up with Schumann resonances.
Mm-hmm. Well, and Stephon Burns does do that.
Yeah.
And he's hoping to get a Schumann resonance meter or reader or something like that in America soon. I mean, that stuff costs money.
Yeah.
I know that one of the ones that he goes by on some of the things is over in Russia. Mm-hmm. But people are not reading those ratings correctly a lot of times. They're like, oh, this is elevated. Well, he has said that whether in that specific area where the meter, reader, whatever it is, the machinery is, that even rain can affect it.
Yeah.
how it appears, that it's not necessarily.
So you just got to keep your eye on it. Just be very,
You need it to be sort of regional.
cautious with it.
Well, yeah.
Or precise. You got to be a bit like, it has to be in this area, that area, whichever.
Right. You have to know somebody who knows how to accurately read the readings.
How come we don't got one in America?
It's newer technology, newer science. By the same right that anybody that says that the planetary alignments don't have any bearing on what happens on Earth.
So it's the people that are delegating all this stuff to woo-woo.
Yeah.
But it's not woo-woo. It's vibration and frequency and energies.
And it's like...
And they study energies every single fucking day. So what the fuck are they being like, no, this is all bogus.
For thousands of years, that was, that was factored into the mix of what was going on with planetary alignments. And then somehow that got demonized. Well, think about it. If people are stupid about what's going on, what happens? They act stupid.
Yeah. Stupider.
And just observing human behavior, and it's disturbing. It can be disturbing. But you also got to realize that if you have one incident, as bad as it may be, out of millions of people, that's one incident of millions of people.
Right.
So you got to factor that in. But if you fall into that trap, and some of the algorithms, I think that Crone Ranger had posted that on X. She had watched something the other day. So her entire feed was then more like whatever it was that she had watched, which was something disturbing.
Yeah, that happens. That's been happening. That's what happens on TikTok a lot. And it's like, no, I don't want to watch this. And then if you try to remove it, they almost shove more into your feed in a way. But it's like...
turn it off.
Yeah. And then YouTube somewhat does that. Although I'm trying to train it to give more pleasant content.
Well, it's weird because on our Roku, my God, they will show me the same recommendations for days.
Yeah.
And it's like, there's a whole lot of content out there. Wonderful, creative people, fun people, people that are inspirational and everything like that. It's not all doom and gloom.
Right. But I mean, if that's what people watch a lot, that's what's going to appear on their feed.
Right. And that's how the world is going to appear.
Yeah. If your watch history is filled with, oh, these people are fighting, this war is possibly going on, this is going on racially, this is going on politically, blah blah blah. That's what's going to show up.
Yeah, they're pushing that.
Yeah.
And
everything has gotten so politically centered. Nobody's having fun.
Right. That's it. It's like it's ruling your life. Whereas most people, it used to be that you could just think about it and do what you needed to do as far as your civic duty. And you didn't have to. And maybe that's how we got into the situation we're doing. We weren't paying proper attention. We trusted, we gave people our trust that they didn't deserve it.
Yeah.
And so we have got a huge mess right now that only God can fix, for real.
But that's another thing. We focus on stuff that is external. We do not focus on stuff that is internal.
Absolutely.
We do not focus what is outside of our own doorstep. We focus on something that's going on complete opposite side of the country or world.
Yeah. And I was telling Kid that Razor Fist had reposted something about Madonna doing her thing. Still doing the same thing. Her age is now 67. Her trying to do that shtick that she did when she was 20. And it's like, it's ridiculous. And my comment was, well, that's how she made her coin. And it's not like she had content of character to fall back on.
I'm impressed she can still dance. Somewhat, if you can call it true dancing.
It's like, give it up. At a certain point, just accept the aging process. Do it with a little bit of fucking grace. You know, wouldn't it be abnormal? And I think it's a reason that Hollywood had romanticized vampires so much for a while. To be stuck in perpetually young, even though you had to do horrific things,
Yeah.
that there are people that would be willing to make that trade. That's scary.
You know, the topic of vampires has been floating around in our minds for a minute now.
Well, we're dealing with them.
Yeah.
Not just the sanguinous vampires. They're out there.
The blood drinking vampires. Yeah.
You've got energy vampires. Oh my God, do you have energy vampires? These are the ones, and some of them know they're doing it and some of them don't. These are people that their own life force has become so befouled that it can no longer sustain them, so they have to steal from other people. Those are the ones that you get around them, and it's like after 5 or 10 minutes, you just need to lay down because you've been drained. Yeah. Think about it. Vampires have to, as far as to enter a dwelling, they have to be invited. Mm-hmm. But as far as to take and steal life force from someone, they don't need an invitation.
Right. Is that why you gotta lay down all the time when I'm here?
I don't know. That's a little bit of self-reflection.
I try not to be. That's why I sit over there.
During this period of time, and that is one of the things to observe, but also do self-reflection. Where am I contributing to my own problem? That's how everybody does. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to cultivate virtue.
And then take action on it.
Yeah.
It's one thing to just sit there and think about it, but you actually got to act upon it.
Yeah. And you've got so many people that it is all superficial. And Kid and I were watching, there's somebody that had come up on recommendations that actually was new. Brilliant storyteller. And that's all I'm going to say. But how do you mix telling scary stories with beauty and skincare?
You draw two crowds at once.
That is some kind of weird Gen Z mishmash shit.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like you're sitting there with your bestie as y'all are getting ready.
Uh-huh.
Or getting, yeah.
Okay. Well, see, that is a foreign concept to me. It truly is.
Sitting with somebody, getting ready, talking to them.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Gen X, we're put together different. We really, really are. But this weirdness with the obsession with skincare and stuff, even in elementary school children. And as I was watching the individual tell the story and do the whatever things that it was doing to its face, I sit there and go, it's all about being camera ready. That's why you've got these small children that are in elementary school and they are obsessed with skincare because that's all they've ever known is camera. That's horrifying.
I don't think it's a matter. It is definitely a vanity reason, but also the kids should not be online.
No, they shouldn't.
Why does an elementary school need Pink Elephant? Why do they need Elf skincare?
They don't.
At elementary school, people do not need skincare.
They need to be out in the sun romping.
You know who does need skincare though? Teens and adults.
The occasional zit. There are people that they don't worry
You want to
about
know
this
what the ultimate?
ever.
You want to know what the ultimate skincare is? Water.
Yeah, that's true. Proper hydration. But it's just such a. I mean, I feel like I am in a foreign land anymore. I really do, and I guess in some ways I am. And I often think about my mother. She'll be 81.
It's totally different, even from when I was a kid.
Uh-huh. And it's weird. I mean, it just... Sometimes you feel like you're going through the motions that somebody else has written a script. Sort of
Yeah.
like the Truman Show. And it's like, okay, y'all need to get some better writers.
Yeah. Yeah.
But something I had seen the other day, and North Node Dan had made mention about it, and that this gentleman was, I don't know if he was before Congress or where he was some kind of official something, and he was saying that Gen Z folks, as far as their ability, their brain power, it's the first time that they are less than other generations. And it's related to the cell phones and the internet. Let's put it like that, internet. And he was talking about how even the schools and stuff anymore, it's all internet. We have no idea what these screens, you've got the electromagnetic frequencies off of these damn things. Mm-hmm. We don't know what that's doing. You've got the blue light. You've got the artificial lighting, the fluorescent lightings in most of the classrooms and stuff like that. Is that affecting humans? Absolutely. Short-circuiting us.
Yeah. Fully. Everybody's brain is it's like a circuit board getting fried.
Yeah. And we had watched, a lot of times we like to watch these little funny videos that one person, that he had to change his channel name again just to Creamy.
Yeah.
Because they take down his, I don't know, God, it's a mess. But he
got the 1 3 1 2 1 6 1 5 whatever the fuck it's 6 7 8.
Right, it went.
Yeah.
And then he had Creamy
five hits.
Yeah, and now it's just creamy. But he is brilliant as far as his sound effects going along with the videos that he finds.
He's more likely a East Asian person.
And Yeet Boy, we will sit and we will watch the credits just to see if Yeet Boy is still there. Don't know who Yeet Boy is, but God love you.
Yeah, we've never seen him before. We just see his name. It's like Yeet Boy.
Yeah. And we're not the only ones, because I had commented on one of the videos and there were others.
Yeah. It's like, we stick around for the credits just for Yeet Boy.
Yeah. Yeah. He's been there for years.
Yeah.
But then we had gone to another meme compilation, and it was, we're talking 3 to 5 seconds at the, switching, and the brain is not designed to do that.
Get this. That's the type of content that is truly short-circuiting people's brains.
It is.
It's that really short, quick hits of dopamine and information or whatever. Think people, there are kids that are just literally just scrolling. They're not even watching the video. They're just scrolling. There's people that will still watch those on like 5x speed. And
that you have elementary school children, I think these are Gen Alphas, that they can't write their name.
Yes.
There's
a reason why that type of content is called brain rot.
Yeah. I think it's a weapon. I truly do.
It's partial. It's partially a weapon, I'm sure. They're definitely going to take advantage of it. I don't think that type of content was intended to be a weapon, but they're definitely going to be using it as a weapon.
Like I said, you got to remember that it was DARPA that developed the internet.
That's
true. I really
do.
And at first it was cool. And like I said, I remember my reaction to computers back in the 80s, and it was just, I had this aversion and didn't understand it. I think I understand it now. I think it was just an inner knowing of, and now they're everywhere.
Yeah. There's an understanding, a knowing of, this is something that is going to cause a lot of shit.
Yeah.
This is something that is dangerous.
It is. And as far as small children, and, kid over there, he was, were you in elementary school when you got your first laptop? Because I didn't buy it for you.
I think I was like in the 5th grade.
Okay.
So elementary school.
And who bought that for you?
That was Dad.
Okay. Because when you've got a desktop, you can pretty well keep tabs on what the kid's doing, what they're looking at, and everything like that. Laptop, you can't. Cell phone, you sure as hell can't. And there is no way that kids with developing brains and spirits and everything like that should, without, supervision, proper adult supervision. And you got a question, how many proper adults are left in the world? I'd say it's few.
Yeah. But once again, this is why you do not give your kids devices.
It's crazy. It has just absolutely been crazy.
I really do think that the majority of the shit, though, the brain rot that we see, came from millennials in a lot of ways. Because once they started getting on the scene, doing that SJW type shit, that's truly when it started going down. And then 2016 was the peak of that, like, liberalism, whatever the fuck,
That's what I was asking you. And it's like, did all that come from Reddit?
Some of it, yeah. Reddit was still very much popping during that time.
Which you've got a whole lot of glowies and stuff that has...
took over Reddit and took over 4chan. Even 4chan ain't safe from the glowies now.
I say that as somebody that lives in Southwest Virginia, and this will it'll be released on the 21st, and our family is going to vote today so that they can't dominate the entire damn state. I mean, honestly, Appalachians are being held captive. I'm not joking.
No, they are. We are.
And that they're trying to California, Virginia, all of it. And the DC overflow. I have just this disdain for those people that you can't. We would probably get a strike if I said what I truly feel about it. We need prayers. When you've got somebody that was a known CIA agent that they placed as the governor of our state, God help us, please. And we need to secede. We honestly, from Roanoke on down or wherever, we need to secede. But it's going to take strong men, not some little old woman, to start that shit.
That is true.
Yeah. But the little old woman can still scream about it.
She can hit somebody over the head with a cane.
Well, maybe.
She can bonk somebody.
But it's just been wild. And here we are.
Yeah.
But there are still wonderful things. Kid had found a channel the other day, and I don't remember the name of it, but this lady had some really good craft ideas that she went to Dollar Tree. And I can't say that we liked everything that she did, but now that's going to be with anybody.
Yeah.
Take what you can use and leave the rest. She wasn't hard to listen to. Some of the people are...
They got voices that are very grating.
She wasn't a stupid person.
Condescending.
Yeah. She wasn't a stupid person. We had watched another lady who was...
She sounded perpetually condescending.
Yeah. Karen Crafts.
Yeah.
For me.
You know what? I bet that's a channel.
Probably.
And then we've been watching Cinnamon Toast Ken and his friend react to Kay's cooking.
Oh, God love her.
And I reminded... Dad was like, oh, yeah, I remember her. He actually did watch her at one point.
Wow.
Because he was like, this is horrible.
Yeah.
He watched the train
cringe
crash.
Factor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shoo.
He thought it was hilarious.
It's not. Why is there... And some of these people you're going, are they just doing it for content, or are they really that damn dumb?
No, they really are that...
When you put dry pasta in something and have no liquid to it, and then put it in the oven, you're going to have burnt, baked dry pasta.
Which is exactly what she got.
Uh-huh. And then
And she wrapped it up. She wrapped it up in beef.
Yeah.
And didn't even add egg to the beef as a binder.
Well, and I understand that, but she had no sauce. None. I mean, she had squirted a little bit of tomato around, didn't cover the whole thing. She obviously did not know the basics of cooking at all.
That's the thing. And she finds these recipes, and it's like, she says that she watched them. I don't think she actually does.
She has an aversion to salt and pepper.
Or seasonings.
Yeah, well, yeah. 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 Except for parsley. I think she had, like, gone overboard. She'd put, like, 10 flakes of parsley on whatever.
10 flakes. That's it. That was a lot for her.
Mm-hmm. So, but when you're watching some of things like to edify yourself, like I found whatever channel it is to teach Greek, and what different scriptures mean in the Septuagint, which the Septuagint was the Greek translation of the Hebrew.
Yeah.
And, that's not going to be everybody's cup of tea or cup of coffee.
No.
But for me, to sit there and go, if that gives me a fuller understanding or meaning, why, yes, that's what I want. And it makes you realize how many people have no clue. They out there preaching and they have no clue what they're talking about. And so you pray for these people. You really, really do.
If you feed your brain stuff that is actually healthy for it, like the learning Greek and the crafts,
Yeah.
That's what truly nourishes the spirit, the brain, all that. That prevents the brain rot.
Yeah. It tries to mitigate the damage done by the brain rot.
When it's the quick shots of memeage. Now that does, after a while, that does rot the brain a little bit.
Well, I know when you were on TikTok, it had a very detrimental effect on you.
Yeah. Because that shit... I get sucked into the negative rabbit holes too. That's like, as much as I don't want to watch them, I watched a lot of people trauma dumping. I watched a lot of shows with the distressing scenes, like House, NCIS. I think that's the name of it.
Not everybody's geared to do work in those things.
Let's see. What other shows? A lot of doctor shows. A lot of shows that have scenes that it's just like, dude.
See, that's not for you. And that's why I was telling you, so Pisces, you're going to internalize a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, and that's what happened a lot.
See, I could work and have worked in that stuff, and I didn't internalize it. I had that ability. Now, there were some things that it bothered me, especially working with the kids, that and prayers. And it was one of the things that it's like, it was praying for those children. Did it impair my ability to function?
Yeah.
No.
No, it didn't.
No.
I was going to be like, yeah, the TikTok definitely does impair your ability to function.
For you, yes. And it's like even the medical and stuff like that. And you get to where it's a different mindset.
Yeah.
And God bless our first responders, because so as far as adrenaline, and we had watched about the officers lately. God bless these cops that are out there doing a necessary job in today's world and having to deal with crazy people on an everyday basis. I think they need to have some kind of tranquilizer darts at their disposal.
Yes. Some sort of tranquilizer.
Uh-huh.
Because some of those people genuinely need it.
They're crazy. That or they're possessed. It's like, yeah. That old lady that had tried to bite those kids that were fishing or going to fish.
Yeah, she was like, you can't be here. And then they were leaving, and she was
trying to steal his fishing poles.
Yeah, and then she bit him.
She was going to. Mm-hmm.
Tried to bite him.
But the wonderful thing is, and somebody ought to take some of those steel frames, have about 1,000 of them printed, and just post them throughout the whole area.
People have done that.
They did?
Yeah, some people have
so it's
done
not just me.
But also, once it's online, since everybody has a computer in their pocket at all times now, and this stuff is easily accessible, trust me, everybody's going to know about that person.
But you know what? It would be great if she would have a little bit of self-awareness and say, that's not who I want to be. and maybe apologize, make a public apology or something like that. At least put forth the effort to sit there and go, I really don't want to look like a zombie.
I think it takes a lot more than introspection there for a bit.
Well, that's an act of God on a lot of it. That's
that truly
first step.
It's
Realize
because that little voice that's like,
unmanageable.
because that little voice is like, okay, if I act like this, I'm looking like an asshole, an idiot, and I'm treating other people like shit.
Right.
And I'm hurting somebody.
Right.
That's the voice of God that stops you from doing that.
Yes.
That's like, it's like, if I do this, this will happen, and I don't want that. So you know what I'm going to do? Not do that. I'm going to respond and be like, okay, y'all have a nice day.
Yeah. Yeah. As a representative
Or just
of
leave people
Christ,
alone.
Absolutely. Leave them alone. You know, and people used to do that. If you don't have anything nice, don't say anything. Try it. If you don't like confrontation, try to avoid situations where there's going to be confrontation.
Yeah.
Which is why I stay in the house.
You know, I had to tell people at work, like, I'm really not that serious with some of the shit. I'm
Yeah.
really not that. I'm not. And when I'm acting like, oh, up in arms or whatever, like, they will know when I'm genuine.
Drama kid.
I told them, it's like, I'm not actually that upset. I'm not actually upset.
It's like
I'm just
Leo
dramatic.
rising. Right. Just tell them you're a Leo rising, and then they'll get it.
No, I just tell them I'm dramatic and they get it.
Oh, well.
It's like, I'm not actually that upset. It's just the drama. You gotta have the
You do,
theater, dude.
But you've got to do it with that sense of humor. You've got to have the funny voice or whatever it is.
That's what I
that they
do.
they can have the distinction.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
And still, people tend to take that seriously. I don't know how, but you know.
We have an epidemic of mental health issues right now. But the thing is, physician, cure thyself on some of this. It's up to you. It's between you and God. It really is. That's where change occurs.
Which also falls into content consumption.
Uh-huh.
Because what you consume is what you are putting in your spirit.
Yes. It really is. So, how's y'all's world been going lately?
Yeah.
Share your adventures, your experiences. We value those. Those are encouraging to us. They're healing to us. Validating to me. Mm-hmm. To sit there and go, it ain't just you, Orlando, honey. It's somebody,
It's validating to me, too.
Is it?
Yes.
Well, he just doesn't. He doesn't work well with responding.
I'm trying to back off the internet. I don't want to.
Well, that is true. He has really backed off of his consumption of online, and that's helped him a lot. Yeah. Having the job has helped him a lot.
They have finally recognized the effort that I have been trying to put in for months. Yeah. Months.
Yeah. And that's a good thing. So prayers for him too, if you would.
They're thinking about bumping me up to full time. That means more money, dude.
Yeah.
More money.
Yeah.
Probably going to be paid the same, but more money.
Oh, more hours is more money.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Do you want to tell the peoples where we can be found?
You can find us on BitChute, Rumble, and YouTube at Rolanda's Cup of Coffee with Scream. Also, check her out on X, previously known as Twitter, at Rolanda COCWS. You did really good, doggo.
He did. He did well for him. And our backdrop, it's got us over barrels of rum. I have been stone cold sober during all of it. All of it.
What? What was it? I missed that. The dog was.
You can watch it tomorrow. You can watch it when it uploads.
Okay.
Know that you are loved, and that is genuine. You are truly loved.
Yeah.
Treat other people the way you would like to be treated. If you need individual prayer, that is still always an option. You can reach me at email cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com. It may take me a couple days because emails, like I said, some days I'm just trying to function and just exist, and that's it. Mm-hmm. Lord willing, we'll see you on the next cup.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.